Aw, hey little buddy, how are you doing? Welcome back to another video, and welcome back to another video for you guys as well. This is the new iPhone SE, 4.7-inch screen, $400 price tag, new camera. Is it any good? Because that's what I was wondering. I was really wondering, is this phone any good, or am I about to be scammed out here by Apple? For a lot of you looking to buy this might actually not be a baby iPhone at all. This could be your normal iPhone design that you're used to seeing. And I think if you're one of those people, you should really go ahead and buy this phone. So here's my experience after using the iPhone SE is my daily driver. Yeah, I use this every single day for a week, and I only lost a few brain cells doing so because I'm used to larger iPhones. So I want to tell you about my experience. Drop a like if you're excited. Hit subscribe for more. Welcome to the iPhone SE party, bro tendos, and let's just go ahead and jump in. All right, so what's it like to use this phone as far as the size? Because I think that's a big selling factor here. I mean, in the official press release, Apple said, this is the new isses. They didn't say isses. This is the new iPhone, and it's returning in a popular design. In fact, I think this iPhone 8, iPhone 7, iPhone 6 design is probably the most popular iPhone design ever because it's been used by the most amount of people. Now, since then, things have gotten a lot different. Apple removed the bezels, they added multiple cameras, even changing the finishes on the back of some of the more premium iPhones. But lo and behold, Apple returned with this, basically a new version of the iPhone 8 for $400. And that's what I think the story of this phone is. It's how much it costs, the size, the battery life, and the camera. There's a couple of other things in here like the processor that I also think are important, but I don't think that really matters if you're spending $400 on a phone anyway. I wanted to like the size of this phone so much, but I couldn't go back to it myself. I think that if you've ever used an iPhone larger than this, let's say you're sitting on an iPhone 8 Plus or an iPhone 10 or a 10R, don't buy this phone, please. You're not gonna like the new iPhone SE unless you want some secondary burner phone for, I don't know what kind of illicit activities you're into, but I'm just gonna throw that out there. This could be a good option for you. Or you absolutely hate the size of larger iPhones and every day you wake up and you're like, wow, I want a new iPhone 8. That's all I want from Apple. That's not who this phone is made for. Apple knows that. I think it's very clear, and most tech reviewers like me that are using this phone don't use a phone this size. This phone isn't for us. It's if you're used to something like the iPhone 6, 6S, 7, I almost said 7S, the 8 as well. If you like that phone design, you love the 4.7-inch screen, it fits in your hand perfectly, it feels just right, you like Touch ID? Yeah, this iPhone has Touch ID, the only new phone in the past couple of years to be introduced without Face ID. And you like what you're used to. But if you've been stuck on an older iPhone, especially the 6, 6S, or 7, this is gonna feel like a ginormous upgrade, not in size of course, but in the feature set. The sensor itself is 12 megapixels, which on the surface sounds pretty good, and broadly it is. I've spent some time shooting around with this phone, and I'm not impressed per se by it, but for $400, I'm pretty blown away. In fact, I'd challenge you to find an Android phone for $400 or less that rivals this one. I don't think you're gonna find it. You're getting a brand new camera app on this iPhone SE with some additional design tweaks and features because it has the A13 chip inside, which powers some additional computational photography stuff. So it supports portrait mode. This little tiny iPhone supports portrait mode, which blows me away because it's actually really good in some cases, which is really concerning for me. I feel like the portrait mode looks better as far as how the edges are outlined on a subject or an object on this than on the iPhone 11 Pro, which is like, what? That phone's $1,000, this one's $400. How you gonna be explaining that one? You also get quick take video, you get enhanced smart HDR. So things look really good, but keep in mind, the sensor itself on here is identical to the iPhone 8. So while Apple can sort of bring this horse to water and have it drink, it's not gonna be drinking water as fast as one of the newer phones. Very poor analogy, but the camera's good. Video is the same story here. It gets the same resolution as every other iPhone, 4K video at 60 frames per second, so everything is super smooth and it looks sharp, but it just doesn't look as sharp as the other models. You're getting stereo recording, so the microphone quality when compared to something like an iPhone 8 or any other older 4.7-inch iPhone, it's like 10x better. Just here's a quick audio example. I know I've used this a lot, but it is really impressive. iPhone XS has stereo audio, so if you can hear the difference, This is the audio coming directly from the iPhone 10 from 2017. This is my voice speaking. It sounds good until you hear this. Now, again, it's not like... Okay, what about the screen? Is the screen amazing? Yeah, it's still an LCD display, but it's tuned so well. I mean, it looks identical to the iPhone 8. It's got the True Tone where the color temperature changes depending on the color temperature of your environment. It still looks amazing. I don't know, that's because I wear glasses. I know you're already accusing me of that. He has glasses, how can he even see anything? I'll take these off so fast and we'll have a little talk in the comments down below, right? But seriously, it's a really good looking screen. It's just that it's really small. So like typing, if you're used to a bigger iPhone, you don't get used to it and it's just really annoying. My errors have gone up and up because I'm not used to this size. If I had never switched away from an older 4.7 inch iPhone, it'd be like, wow, this is just what I wanted. The speaker quality sounds just like an iPhone 8. Again, for $400, how good is it? It is really, really good. The performance of this phone feels just like the newest iPhone 11 series. So again, bring that down to $400. Is it amazing? Yes, it is. The performance on this phone is absolutely astounding, and it would make me, or make anyone question, well, if the battery life was the same before, but it has a new chip that seems to be more power efficient, well, how's the battery life? For $400, is the battery life amazing? This is like the penultimate question, because you have everything else that checks the boxes. It's okay. And that is the one weak point of this phone. And that's where I question, is this phone for everyone that wants to be familiar with the same design? Because a lot of those people also are struggling terribly with battery life. My dad has a 6S. He got the battery replaced. It still dies so frequently. The 7's battery life for me was not good at all after the first couple weeks. I remember the 6, and even the 8 for me. The 8 was the best of that bunch, but still not, you know, like, wow, over a year of usage, it started dying before the end of the day again. And I think that while at first this battery life is gonna be so much better than your new phone, I think that for a lot of you out there, it will probably start dying before the end of the day again if you find yourself on your phone a lot. That's one thing that in this size, engineering wise, I think Apple was just restricted by. There's a reason, other than people like big phones, that the phones are getting bigger. You can put more stuff inside a larger phone, a larger body, of course, a larger battery. Usually it's hard to say, is this iPhone worth it? And I'll be like, well, in this case, no, this phone is absolutely worth $400. I would say for anyone, even if it's a second iPhone, I think it's still worth $400 because they did that good of a job with it. Is it exciting? Is it breaking any barriers? Is it innovating? No, not at all. This is the least innovative iPhone we've probably seen ever. But that's not why it was made. Apple just said, hey, we've gotten these manufacturing processes down so good to the point where we can make this stuff that used to cost $700 in an iPhone 3 years ago, and we can do that and sell it to you for $400 and still make a profit on you. We win either way. That's all for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below, hit subscribe for more, and here's the new iPhone SE. I'm gonna pop my SIM out the second I stop recording because I wanna go back to that iPhone 11 Pro that I like. All right, peace out. See you guys later.